News 4 Midday begins with breaking news.
The breaking news coming out of D.C. Police shoot and kill a man on a crowded Metrobus as they work to evacuate passengers. The suspect accused of killing a woman in a separate shooting. Hi there and welcome to News 4 Midday. I'm Juliana Valencia. Let's get straight to those deadly shootings. It happened in Tenleytown on Wisconsin Avenue during the busy morning commute. And News 4's Megan McGrath, she joins us live with the latest. That news conference, it just ended, and what did police share?
Well, they shared some details about what can only be described as a very, very tense and scary situation for a lot of people, the victims involved, as well as people who were on board a Metro bus that were simply making their way to work in other places when a shooting happened on that bus. Now, I'm standing in the middle of Wisconsin Avenue because the entire stretch for about 4 blocks is closed up here in Upper Northwest. This is a very large crime scene. Now, it was a very frightening situation that unfolded this morning just as people were waking up and starting to make their way to work. It began with a murder on the sidewalk at Wisconsin Avenue and Porter Streets and ended when police tracked down the suspect on board a Metro bus. He pulled a gun on police, and investigators say they shot and killed him. It was just after 7 o'clock this morning. Police say the suspect shot and killed a woman on the sidewalk near Porter Street. That's a couple blocks from here. Investigators say the gunman had a previous relationship with the woman, and there was a history of domestic violence with previous arrests. Now, after he shot and killed the woman, police say the suspect jumped on a Metro bus. Witnesses in the area described what the gunman looked like and gave police the number of the bus which he got onto. That bus continued to travel down Wisconsin Avenue. A short time later at Upton Street, police pulled over the bus and 2 officers got on board.
2 officers were on the bus. They began evacuating the bus and getting other riders off the bus at that time when they observed the individual that they believed to be the suspect. As they approached him, he began making movements with his hand into a bag. They told him to stop making those movements. The suspect then pulled a firearm out of that bag, brought it up, pointed it in the direction of an officer, and 2 MPD officers discharged their firearms, striking the individual who had the gun and also striking the gun that was in his hand. That individual was later pronounced deceased here on scene of the location.
Police say there were about 5 people who were still on board the bus when the shooting happened. The others had been evacuated off. But again, several people on board when it happened. They were not hurt, fortunately. Now, the chief says that the weapon that they recovered from the suspect had an extended magazine, so it was capable of holding quite a few rounds of ammunition. So there is relief today that this was not a worse situation here. But we do have 2 people who are dead. The woman who was shot to death on the sidewalk down the street from my location here, and then the suspect himself who was shot and killed by police on board that bus. Investigators have not released the names of the 2 who have died. Again, we were told that they had a previous domestic relationship and that there was a history of arrests, domestic-related arrests as well. Back to you.
We feel for the victim's family there and those Metro riders on the bus there. Thank you, Megan McGrath.